Tonight, you don't just watch the news, you actually become part of it. Now, we issued that first alert Sunday for today's storms. And our Storm Track weather team, right on the money as usual. There's a little break from the rain for now. How long will that last? Well, the first alert is still in place. Mike tonight with words for all of us. I guess this would be a weather phenomenon in these parts. Okay, Mike. Also, the storms had some of you running today, either to your car after work or maybe from your car inside. That was me running inside here. And you were even showing us the storms from your perspective. Snap those pics and videos because you are part of the Storm Track weather team tonight. Nichole?
Well, that first alert is still in effect, and I'm still tracking showers on Doppler radar. Just how much rain will you see tonight? That answer in Storm Track weather.
When he came out of the apartment, he basically came out with his hands, the gun out first.
ABC-7 with the brand new information on an 89-year-old man accused of shooting his own son and taking a woman hostage in a Las Cruces retirement home. And also some breaking details out of the Las Cruces public schools. Could teacher furloughs and other cutbacks really save the district? It's all next on ABC-7 at 9. Get ready. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on ABC-7 at 9. I'm Bob Harp. This is the only newscast, Nichole, with the social media buzz everybody's talking about.
And I'm tracking what you're saying, and I'm also tracking a chance for more rain in the forecast overnight. And Bob, we're still under that first alert.
Yeah, we are. It has people talking tonight on our social media like Squincy. Very happy. Yay, LOL, or lulz as the kids say. But Gordon is calling us out tonight, telling us this, Nichole. This is a rain shower, not a storm. Quit making such a big deal out of our desert weather. And then Erica took a picture at UTEP for us. She says she forgot her umbrella. Hope she stayed dry. And Angel also tonight sending us this picture from the Far East Side. It's a good thing you have that drainage hole right there. And then we also have another one coming from Janet. Hope your car didn't get hit by any of the hail there. We know Willie sent us this from Socorro. There is a lot of water in that bucket, Willie. All right, now Nichole, you're keeping that first alert in place. What is the deal?
Well, as I mentioned, we're still tracking those showers on Doppler radar, so the possibility of seeing showers and even thunderstorms tonight is still likely. Not only that, lightning, we could still see some hail for some areas, and the storm should begin to taper off by tomorrow afternoon. So Wednesday morning, we're still looking at a chance for showers. Here's what we picked up so far. 0.30 Cielo Vista and Dr. Hornado Middle School, 0.64. Light rain in North Star Elementary School and Brick Macias, 0.05 so far. But as I mentioned, here's a quick check of Doppler radar. Still plenty of activity taking place. We'll take a closer look at what you can expect coming up in just a few minutes. Bob?
All right, thanks so much for that, Nichole. And of course, reason to be on guard today. That is why we issued the ABC-7 first alert to begin with. Because of our warning, a lot of you had your cameras ready. This is what the rainfall sounded like in West El Paso on Lakehurst, which is a street pretty close to Thorn. We get Robin Colbert's perspective here because Robin shared this cell phone video on the KVIA.com Facebook page. And we thank you, Robin. More video and a lot of your weather pictures. Nichole, take a look at this. It's from a viewer, Roseanne. She took this one by La Mesa. And she said the clouds were so thick you could barely see the sunlight.
And then Tommy sent this from the airport road. Again, we appreciate the pictures, but please pull off to the side before taking them. And we see your picture on the CW tonight, so stay tuned to find out who else sent us those pictures.
And you know, some of the pictures you put on Facebook, don't know if you know, they're coming up, Nichole.
Oh boy.
Ooh, a fashion statement happening tonight live on air. Thanks so much, Nichole. Hey, new at 9 tonight, we're getting a clearer picture of how Las Cruces Public Schools plans to actually move forward with the budget cuts next school year. Tonight, the superintendent of LCPS, Stan Rounds, he held a town hall meeting to talk about the budget cuts. Now, this will be eventually voted on by the school board on May 26th before being sent to the state. How this story is developing from our New Mexico mobile newsroom tonight, we can tell you about 50 people attended tonight's meeting. The district's proposal includes across-the-board 3-day unpaid furloughs for all employees. That alone is expected to save LCPS more than $2 million. At the time, the district has already cut into reserves and faces a deficit next year if the cuts are not made. Now, this budget proposal, again, includes the high school teacher-student ratio to 19-1 from the current 16-1, cutting 5 positions through attrition and retirement, including 3 in the superintendent's office, and assistant principals at Oñate and Mayfield high schools. Well, $300,000 in transportation cuts as well. It all totals up to $7.6 million in cuts from 2015 to 2016. Now, we're being told tonight that layoffs are not expected to happen as a result of these proposed cuts. And as we've been reporting, the principals from Oñate, Mayfield, and Las Cruces high schools, they're expecting to have to cut 31 positions next year.
I hope the uneasiness was eased, because I think there was a lot of trepidation in people's hearts. Am I going to have my job? And one of the questions I answered was, if I've received my notice of reemployment, do I need to worry about that? And the answer was no. We've already made you the promise. And so I hope that alleviates a lot of the fears that are out there.
And of course, our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom crew will stay on top of that story out of Las Cruces and keep you updated. Also tonight, out of Las Cruces, we now know the names of the father and son who were involved in a deadly shooting inside of a retirement home in Cruces. This happened yesterday morning at the Village at Northrise. That is just off Roadrunner Parkway. Police tonight telling us 89-year-old Carl Frederick Harlan shot and killed his 65-year-old son, Carl Tracy Harlan. The father also allegedly took one of his fellow residents hostage. When police arrived, they say Harlan threatened the officers with a gun, and one of the officers shot him in the hand. Police Chief Jaime Montoya describes the standoff with Harlan.
And in this case, that threat was the gun that was pointing out the door, and he fired at that threat and was able to hit the gun and destroy the gun when he shot the gun out of his hand, basically.
Well, Harlan was taken to UMC in El Paso with injuries to his hand. Charges against him are still pending. We have some breaking news to report tonight. An Amtrak train headed to New York City derailed and it crashed in Philadelphia just a few hours ago. It looks like several people were hurt. No reports of any deaths at this time. We do know from witnesses the front of the train was going into a turn when it for some reason jumped the track. It is, of course, too soon to tell what caused this wreck, but this is very much a breaking story happening just outside Philadelphia. Electronic cigarettes could soon be off limits for Texas minors to buy and to have in their possession. A proposal to make that the law just cleared both chambers of the Texas legislature. A few tweaks made in a House committee are still needed before going to the governor's desk. E-cigarettes are battery-operated smoking devices that vaporize chemicals, which are then inhaled, and some people actually mistake them for cigarettes. Well, Mike tonight saying, LOL, if you think that's going to stop them from having them, then you are delusional. Brad saying, I thought they already had to be 18. LOL, I already ID them. I'm assuming he works at a store. And a different Mike saying, that's funny. Laws do nothing to stop people who seek to be criminals. And Danny, keeping it simple. Good. Tell us what you think. That discussion is underway on our Facebook page right now. Let's take you outside live right now. Back to our weather coverage, rain or shine. Our exclusive mountain cam is always a tool that we use to help you stay in the elements without having to go into the elements. Now, we normally show the shot and it's very clear and bright. You can see there's some cloud coverage out there. It looks very hazy. Nothing wrong with the camera. It's actually clouds out there. Well, take a look at this. Compared to 3:30 this afternoon, the sheer force of the rainfall was just impressive. The storm really had the potential, as we know, to do a lot more damage than it did, which is something we're always happy to report when it didn't do more damage. If you're feeling good about it, you're not alone.
Today's weather's nice, breezy, good for a walk at lunchtime. Looks like it's going to get a little worse later, but right now it's really beautiful.
I mean, it was hot yesterday and now it's pretty chilly. It looks like it's going to rain too, so it's like I didn't see that coming.
I thought it wasn't gonna be like this, since where I live it's nothing like this, and over here it's like windy and cold and stuff.
And where is it that you live?
Lower Valley.
Well, that's why we have Nichole and Dave here to let you guys know what'll happen. Hey, we have a live look at the streets right now. You can still see they are wet. This is I-10 and Airway, both directions. You see the water splashing behind each car that drives by. So please slow down. Be aware that you might not be able to drive as you normally do. But no major incidents on the roads right now. We heard a few fender benders and also a rollover over by airport, not too far from the actual airport, but no serious injuries to report there. Hey, if you didn't know, we always update the weather on our Facebook pages. Meteorologist Carla Welga snapped this image of our Doppler radar at about 3:45 today, and Carla wrote, East El Paso now seeing strong storms. Some areas seeing hail. Well, tonight, Adrian telling us he was excited, commenting on that post, waited for this, and then Vicky with well wishes to her friend, Jordana. Isn't this your area? Stay safe, my friend. Okay, if you are just joining us right now, Storm Tracker Nichole Gomez has a much different picture from what you just saw. Again, that was at 3:45 this afternoon, not a live shot of the radar.
Bob, and we did get pounded by those storms earlier
we
today.
did.
I was actually out there at 3:30 and I was soaked in a matter of minutes.
You look fantastic. I got to say, no one cleans up like Nichole Gomez.
Hey, that's why the hair's slicked down, right?
Oh, you look good.
Thank you, Bob. But again, we are under that first alert for tonight, possibly through tomorrow morning, because we're still seeing some rain on Doppler radar. So let's take a look. As you can see, most of that rain moving in from the south and again, tracking towards the north. So the possibility of us seeing rain tonight is likely. So still seeing most of that moisture from the south. We'll zoom in just a little closer here, where you can see a lot of the darker greens tracking towards Homestead Meadows, Waco Tanks, and also we'll zoom in a little closer on Loop 375 around northeast El Paso, also picking up some heavier rain around Woodrow Beam. You can see some of the darker yellows and darker greens developing there. So if you live in the northeast side of town, we're also seeing some rainfall out there. As we travel towards the north along the Sacramento Mountains, light to moderate rainfall, what we're currently seeing. And notice our future track model. Tuesday, 11 o'clock in the evening, most of the darker shades of green and the yellows showing us that the heavier storms will continue to move towards Carlsbad, Roswell, and through the midnight hours, still tracking at least through 5 o'clock in the morning, the heavier rainfall El Paso and Las Cruces. So we'll continue to track these storms, let you know how long the rain will stick around in your full forecast. Bob?
All right, looking good. Thanks so much, Nichole. And remember, you are always a part of the Storm Track Weather Team. Now, you show us the storms from your perspective by sharing your pics and video. I shot this one on my cell phone this afternoon as I ran into the station. It was a close one, but hey, the hair survived, kind of. Okay, this is how you get that stuff to us. Tweet your pics at ABC-7 Breaking. Just use the hashtag #FirstAlert. And also share photos and videos at KVIA.com. And see you on the CW Facebook pages, again, using the hashtag. Hey, a viewer named Jerry, he shot this video at the storm's peak at about 3:30. He shot this near Rich Beam in Far East El Paso. Yes, you Eastsiders, you definitely got a lot of it. I hope another viewer is watching this, though. Mark, I'm talking to you, buddy. It rained. Mark says no rain. 50%? Mark, it happened. It really, really happened. All right, Nichole, you posted another picture of you and Doppler Dave tracking today's storms, and you put the caption, ABC-7 First Alert. Our storm tracker's at work and ready for the rain. Are you? Looky here, someone came to work prepared. Nichole, with the snazzy rain boots, and I'm assuming you really don't get to use those very often, right?
I don't, but I want to know who got that picture because I didn't take that picture.
Someone's creeping on you in this. It was not me, I promise. And hey, people are reacting to the post that you made.
Oh, wow. Yes, Mike telling us, since I'm not originally from El Paso, I find it amusing that people send in weather pics of dark clouds. And Chrissy, what the hell?
Hail.
It's the middle
Just
of
so
the
you know.
day. Hail. Yes, I think I said that right.
Just want to clarify.
Yes.
That was a cute play on words. And Nichole, I also think that we should get back to some of those viewer pictures tonight, like Janet, for example.
She sent us this beautiful picture of the skyline. Another skyline picture, this time from Juan. I just hope you weren't driving when you took this picture, Juan.
Be good, Juan. And it looks like this one was taken on the outskirts of the city. You can see it's raining in the distance. And thanks to Katie, we just saw you on the CW, as well as Maya, who sent us this picture from her doorstep. You can see the rain pouring down as well.
And Mike posted this from 6 in the morning. It was the calm before the storm. And this from Rachel by Alabama and Fred Wilson. It looks like the rain hadn't started quite yet, though.
And we also have another picture, a filtered picture, if you will, from downtown El Paso. Doesn't look too bad. But thanks, Tori, for this one. All of you guys, we really appreciate it. We have much more to come. Will we see your picture on the CW tonight? Stay tuned to find out. And instead of what story is it that we usually ask at this time of the night, tonight I'm asking, who is Nichole talking about on Facebook when she posts, when crazy weather strikes, he's by my side, LOL. Okay, we know obviously it's about today's storms. The answer coming up, plus more of the viewer video you shared with us. We'll be right back. This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. You don't just watch the news, you are the news.